Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Onward VR Master League Season 12, Week 3. My name's NightFiree with 2 E's, and I am your sole conductor in today's journey. A matchup between two squads, Operation 1 and Murphy's Maniacs. And as we get into this third week, matchups definitely start to get a bit closer. You start to see a bit of a tighter back and forth, and so I'm very interested to see what we're going to get out of these two squads here today. Operation 1, new in Season 11, but have a full Season 11 under their belt. Only one game cast early in their season, and so I'm sure happy to be back on the stage, happy to see how much they've developed, see where they're at now as they kick off Season 12. It's kind of the goal of a new team when you come in, is to just climb that ladder as high as you can your first season, just to see where you can get. Don't set your goals too high. Some teams come in and go straight to the top, but that has happened very rarely. And so, you know, progress is progress, and I'm curious to see what Operations bring to the table. Murphy's Maniacs, meanwhile, established in Season 10. And so they've been around for a bit longer. Season 10, a pretty long season with a big break in between 10 and 11, and tons of new players coming in. They've been through a lot as a squad, but curious to see how they will square away here today. Murphy the Maniac in the roster as well, so I'm sure a few people happy to hear that. For those that don't know the system and how this works, Operation 1 is the home team. They get to ban a map. The away team, Murphy's Maniacs, get to also ban a map. And then from there, we have a map selection system. Operation 1, the home team, gets to pick the map. Murphy's Maniacs then choose the side if they want to start on the defending side or the attacking side. Map 1 is going to be USS Quest. That is a close quarters map, and so it'll be interesting to see how these two square away out the gate on a bit of a fast-paced action. But to go into sort of the gist of it, Onward, 5 versus 5 military simulator. Operation 1, the attacking team starting off round 1. Murphy's Maniacs defending. The attacking team's goal is to get within a certain radius of the objective and defuse the objective by entering in a 7-digit code. The general meta is that the offensive team tries to kill parts of the defending team and work their way up again towards that objective so they can defuse it and get 2 points. That'll nab them 2 points if they can do so. But in the meanwhile, the defending team is trying to kill the attackers for all intents and purposes. That'll secure them 1 point. If the attacking team kills the defending team, that also gets them 1 point. So, several different ways to secure points in this game. And again, the main eye on the prize, so to speak, is to get close to this objective and capture or punch in that 7-digit code. And so we'll see what Operation 1 do offensive-wise, what kind of tactics they throw at the Murphy's Maniacs defense. As we get ready to dive into this action, round 1 underway already. Some early flashes flying out here to diffuse any aggression up through the center. But the only aggression that's coming in is through the red lane here, as both Enoch and Pog worked their way very quickly up to this red lane corner. Ace of Spades is here defending, but they're not going to have a good eye on anything on this corner here. So Evolution a bit at risk on their position. They are hearing, I believe, these communications from Enoch and Pog, and so now Evolution actually watching for that peek on the corner. Several different angles that they have to be wary of, though, and Operation 1 definitely working their way up for several different approaches. Enoch Crouch is going to be able to avoid the line of sight here. Not of Ace of Spades on the corner. Catches one. A flash coming in. A counter flash also up over the top. Evolution plays off his teammate's flash. Pog not blinded, though. Ace of Spades comes flying around for the refrag. And then meanwhile, Gators on the edge catches one down. And Operation 1 cut down to the surviving 2. While Murphy's Maniacs still have 4 left alive. Off to the races. And the defense looking solid so far. Automatic and codename Cypher. We'll go with Cypher from now on. Are the final 2 to attack. Definitely some different avenues to work through here, as Cypher is going to try and push up through the middle. Actually, maybe able to catch out some rotating defense here from Mercy's Maniacs. If Murphy the Maniac does rotate out here from that purple container, Cypher could find a lane or an angle. Otto's going to have a tough time if they decide to swing the edge. By that, I mean drop off and challenge Gators. Oh, and there's Murphy catching that kill. Good solid pickup that they find, and are now going to be contending against Automatic. We just heard those shots, and so should have an idea of Murphy's position here. And Murphy's looking for that angle, but can't quite find it. Here's the footsteps, there's the peek. Otto finds the kill, down goes Murphy. Gators and Lebowski still alive and ready, though, and throwing utility up. I think that flash actually catches out Otto. What a play! Flip it and ship it. A kill by Flashbang. Wow. Spectacular. I mean, if nothing else here today, that's one for the books. And I'm happy that we cast this bet. If everything else can go wrong, we got that clip to go home with. Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. A flashbang kill. The first one I've ever seen, maybe ever done. I can't imagine that scenario has happened often, but it could have. It could have. I'm sure someone's going to say, hey, I've jumped off the side flash. Insane. That flashbang comes up and over, and I mean, that's what I think happened. I think the flash catches them. If I'm wrong, then they just went for the drop off the edge and were too quick and flew over the side. So there's a few potential mistake, I guess not mistakes, but a few potential options there. It looked like the flash could have caught them. It may have been too high, so it could have just been an attempt to swing to the edge and they went flying, because you know, you don't lose your orientation of your character. I don't know. We'll pop into the Operation 1 side here at the start of the round, see what they're saying.
Yo, tell me where to go. Shh. Guys, tell me where to go.
2-0. You trying to point that at me?
Well, they're not talking about it. Maybe they're discussing it in between the rounds. Either way, curious to see. Don't seem to be too worried about that round 1 loss, though, and so good to stay loose, having a good time. That's what it's all about, playing in the VRML. Just enjoying yourself playing in these league matches. Obviously, winning is a little bit more fun than losing, and so I also understand the desire to win. Nades coming out here at the start of round 2 up the center, but nothing catching. And a bit of a pause in everything. Operation 1's defense, very different from Murphy's. Much more passive. Much more surrounding the objective. And it allows for the offense to kind of push up here and get control of the center. Big pickups from Evolution there as they snag 2. Ace of Spades. Letting loose some rounds on the other side as here comes the utility onto objective. A team kill comes through from Alex, and down goes the on-objective defense. Alex now the lone defender from Operation 1. Murphy's Maniacs coming out here. Is that flash good? I think it is. I think it does deny the cap. And on the back end of it, Murphy's find the kill. So we are seeing some good flashes. I think that would have been a cap had that flashbang not come around the corner and flashed the both cappers on objective, from what I could tell. Big flash. Still, though, a point to Murphy's Maniacs, and a commanding one at that. They looked good on that one. As a reminder of how this whole system works, Operation 1 is the home team, and so this is their map choice. And so definitely have to bounce back, you know. I think that defense, while theoretically sound, just allowed for Murphys to get too close to objective all alive. You know, no real early pick angles, no shutting down of the aggression through the center. It just allowed for Murphys to really work their way up, and the Maniacs catch another round on the board. See a few folks tuning in. Appreciate you dropping by and hanging out for the matchup. Back into the action we go, though. Round number 3 of map 1. As Murphy's Maniacs.
We'll see on the cast. We'll see on the cast. We'll see on the cast.
I'm gonna see for red line.
I'm gonna flash. I'll be assisting Gators. Behind cover. Yeah. I'll be right behind you, Gators. Let's just not get blown up together.
And the aggressive defense here from Murphy's. Enoch on the corner, free-firing heavily, and wow, that is the advantage of getting the drum mag from your LMG holder. Enoch was just able to full send and continuously shoot rounds onto the corner. They now have control of this edge, and it puts all of Murphy's at risk. For Enoch to be able to pop up with a quick head peek here is very dangerous. And so you do see 2 of Murphy's actually reacting accordingly. And I do like to see the very quick, almost pre-planned reaction here.
One
as
down.
Evolution denies one up through the middle. Maybe able to find more. More action on the edges here. As Enoch catches a little bit of heat. Evolution trying to get auto up through the center. Lambowski catches one on the edge. Evolution continues to push up here. Actually confirms the kill. Clock comes out and catches one off the back and finds Gators. And a full trade. So we're into a 2v2. Gators is resable. Cypher is there, though, and this rotation on the res could cost a life. Oh, and there's a C4 right there, too. That is dangerous. As Ace gets the res. Cypher spots Ace out. Down they go. Gators now aware of the position. Cypher tries to suppress, and Gators flies around the corner. Alex picked up Ace through the center. Or no, that shot off the back got Alex. And so it's still a 2v2. And Lambowski getting aggressive on the edge. Alex doesn't spot that head peek. The shots just miss, and the trade Murphys have one left alive. And a much better round from Operation 1, but still not enough to get him on the board here in map number 1. As Murphy's Maniacs go up 3-0. I do try and tune into chat from time to time, especially during the week games, midweek matchups when we're not live on venues or YouTube. Can interact with Twitch chat a little bit more. But Haunted Folly definitely does ring a bell. Appreciate you stopping by. Also Retro, see you in there. USS Quest, though, certainly delivering so far on the fast-paced action. I don't think we've had a round longer than 3 or 4 minutes at most. Very quick exchanges, and we'll see if Operation 1 can throw up a defensive round here.
Quiet. No, that's Alex. I promise. Fucking Alex. Enoch.
As we get into round 4.
That's Alex. I'm 5'11". Calm down.
Sounds like Operation 1 just trying to get into a bit of a rhythm. Murphy's Maniacs are full sending it. As that nade catches Pog up through the center, another on the edge getting tagged, and the duo here can push in, tablet out. Map 3 could be secure. Alex Weiser has to pop up and peek out here. Denies the cap. Ace of Spades goes down in the trade as well, and a massive double kill. Shuts down what was a code being punched in. Enoch here with a late delayed peek catches one. Otto, nobody on objective right now, though, and Murphy, the Maniac, punching in the code. It's a 2v2, but with the smoke there, it's looking like it's going to be 5-0. No points from Automatic. Still doesn't see Murphy as they're crouched behind the Hesco there. And Murphy with a lot of time to punch in this code. Still not getting it in. The nerves getting to him here. Otto is rotating, and Gators would have been there to defend. Enoch trapped there on the edge. Could have popped up and maybe had a line of sight, but I don't know. No, they couldn't have the shipping crate denying it. And so a good cap from Murphy's Maniacs as Murphy the Maniac locks it in. Very fitting for map number 1. 5-0 out the gate here. Very solid. Map 1 here. And now Murphy and their Maniacs get to pick map number 2. Not sure where we're headed for that one just yet. I think, and you know, this is inside baseball, but I know Murphy's definitely comfortable on this map. It's a map that I think they would have picked had they had the chance to pick it. And so Operation 1 maybe unknowingly entered into a map choice that Murphys were very comfortable on, and an unfortunate circumstance for Op 1, but map 2 can be very different, you know. A little bit of a glimpse there of a good push or two from that Op 1 squad. We got into that 1v1 moment. I mean, a 1v2 there even in that last round. And so indicators that they're getting loose and warming up. But now at this point, they just want to get a point on the board for map 2. Where that is, of course, is still the question. And it's taking a bit of time, so it's making me wonder if it's going to be a custom map. It's not. Map 2 going to be Subway. Sticking to the close quarters theme. And again, Murphy, the Maniac's choice here. So if anything, it's going to be another comfort zone for this team. And, you know, Operation 1 definitely getting a test here in their third week of the regular season. Their second season in the VRML, and you know, they've had a full season to grow and understand the trials and tribulations of pushing through the ladder and the skill range that exists in that ladder, and how you can run into teams that sometimes just a little bit more coordinated. And Murphy Maniacs definitely looking practiced, I think, is the one thing that the indicator I'm seeing here. Their plays very intentional, very fast, but confident, and they seem to be, you know, pre-planned, and that everyone seems to understand the approach and the timing, which is a big thing for teams. It definitely helps work you up into that upper echelon of the ladder, and that is the end goal. Trying to get into the top 8 so that you compete for a chance at a prize pool that is ever growing. Currently, our sponsors include ProTube VR, VR Cover, VRware, HyperX, VRML, and our newest addition, Border Foods. They are one of the largest Taco Bell franchises in the Midwest. If you want to learn more about that sponsorship, you can do !BorderFoods in chat or go to borderfoods.com/VRML for more information. Now, though, we're getting back into the action. Map number 1, 2, round 1. And you know, I don't have a teleprompter. I know some rumors going around.
Yes.
I use a teleprompter for his cast. False. Just pure
That's where I was going.
memory.
You?
Keeping track of the Murphy and the Maniac. Ace of Spades. As they work their way up. Very quickly, very confidently. This push is a little bit risky to be making. Yeah, especially so loud, and that there are several different defensive positions to take up on these stairs. But very confident that no one is there, and even flying out onto the stair to find the first pick. Kick off this round. And the trouble is, too, is that now that they've got an early kill, there's going to be a pinch occurring here. Lambowski and Evolution going to be able to fly up these stairs. Ace of Spades is making their way down. Murphy also. Farewell leads them right up to Alex, who is now being suppressed. Oh no, and the kill from Evolution. Another kill coming through from Evolution as they come flying out. Ace of Spades catches theirs in the pinch coming in here on the objective. Cypher goes down. The coordination from Murphy's Maniacs here seems to be overwhelming. As map number 2 looking good for this squad. 1 point up on Subway. See some comments on the late cap and how long that took. I wonder what the full time on that was. Maybe a good 30-35 seconds for Murphy to get that cap in. Shout out to Rucci as well. I don't know if I got you earlier. See you in chat, hanging out. Appreciate you. Appreciate everyone that tunes in. And if you do enjoy the content, feel free to tweet about it. Spread it on social media, whatever social media, TikTok, Facebook, wherever your heart desires. Tell people about VRML and the casting, the action that they can catch and tune into. We do it regularly here, at least I do. We are adding on more casters throughout the season, and so you should see some familiar faces up here, such as the Sky Joker. Sleepy also returning. Maybe a return from Noman at some point in the near future as well, for those in the know. Haunted Foley may recognize that name. But also some new additions, as we do have open applications for casters. If you are interested in becoming a caster for the VRML and want to be involved in promoting VR esports, you can head on over to vrml.com/onward. Click on the register tab and go to the production application. Fill that out and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. I regularly check those apps, and so me along with a few other casters. And so please fill out that form if you're interested in joining. We are always accepting applicants and looking for those interested. But back into the action we go. Round number 2, op 1. Definitely have to bounce back here. This is Murphy's map pick.
Okay, now you should start dying right off. Now. Go.
Enoch trying to encourage the speed from Pog, but Pog playing this one a little bit more cautiously.
Stand up, Pog. Go.
Enoch gonna send it down. Not in the corner is one. Enoch goes down. Pog goes down. Otto for the triple.
I just got 3 of them at North Stars.
1 North Stars, he killed for me.
A big triple kill there from Gators.
They called me out, I'm rotating back.
As they rotate off, only one left alive. Codename Cypher. They watch the cross. They stay stealthed. And I'm interested in this. You have me interested. Those shots come out, and now Cypher definitely known. Trouble is, I don't believe they know that they've lost their entire north entry attack, and it allows for the freedom of evolution to evolve the score from 1 to 2. Murphy and their maniac. I mean, these maniacs are running away with this series. Couldn't ask for a better way to kick off week 3 for the Murphys, at least. As the Murphys? No, they're not all named Murphy. Maybe they are. Maybe that's what makes them maniacal. That'd be fun. They're not, though. They all have their unique names. Gators and Evolution definitely standing out there. 3-0, 4-0. Gators with the triple. Evolution finding those final kills. And, just looks like the coordination a little bit tighter from Murphy's here today. Top 1 are trying, putting in an effort. They have, you know, the intention for movements and stuff. It's just a matter of syncing up and executing as a squad that becomes sometimes the most difficult thing. Drawing up the plans and practicing them theoretically does well, but, you know, in-game, in-scrimmage time is really what hones in those strategies, and you can figure out where the little minuscule things are that you can improve on will give you the advantage. Up 1 either way, on the back foot for sure. 7 unanswered points in the series so far as they go into Murphy's Maniacs map pick. They are in a bit of a tough spot. You now shift objective to the market. And observe some pretty standard defensive positionings. The only off-meta one I would say is Pogs in the stairs. May catch the aggression from Ace of Spades if Ace is too loud. Oh, Murphy's actually coming up down there, and I doubt they're ready for someone on the stairwell. Somehow pull the gun up in time for a trade. Pog is resable. But Murphy down and out. Cuts down entry there, and Ace slowing up just a touch could throw the plan out of sync, which Murphys have been very good at keeping in sync. Lambowski still not pushed up from the north yet either, and so looking at an indicator of pacing. Maniacs may be entering into their push phase in about 40 seconds. Maybe a little faster off that kill. Cypher rotating around for the res on a Pog goes down. Alex Weiser actually catches one as well, and almost a team kill coming through there. I think Automatic and Alex are still fighting each other. Wow, that happened for way too long. But Alex won. A1. Up one now alive. But only Alex. Evolution. Ready to push, but the rest of the offense here at objective. And capping under the nose of Alex.
I had it too.
Who is now a little bit wiser on where people can cap on that objective. 4-0 on map 2 here. Another powerful win locked in for Murphy's Maniacs and ultimately the series, as Op1 still struggle to get on the board here. A very commanding performance, and again, the coordination on point for Murphy's Maniacs. You're going up against them in weeks 4 and 5. Definitely going to want to be on your guard. Although, taking a look at match history, let's see. Coming off 2 losses, yeah, this is definitely a win they needed, and wow, they are looking great here. For their 3rd one. Yeah, a big win that they needed. Their MMR still not determined either, and so solid job from them to lock in these 2, but we still have a 3rd to be played out. Op1 get to choose it, and they say, let's get the heck out of close quarters. Open it up, add a little bit of range into the equation, and see if that gives us the advantage. I don't know if it's going to be the key. Always hard to predict what a Maniac's going to do. But I think that's sort of the general idea. Of course, Snow Peak still does have the close quarters objectives that you can run into. Fortunately enough, the first one is not going to be that. It's Hangar for those in the know, in the northwest. Hangar in the north for our first OBJ, and we'll see if Murphy's Maniacs can continue to apply a very fast pace to this series. 2 maps knocked out in 30 minutes of game time. We had a 10-minute pre-show, 10-minute countdown, 3-minute pre-show, and we are 43 minutes live right now, so maybe on track for one of the fastest series. But geez, I mean, yeah, 2 caps to lock in both map wins. Although, you know, the first cap maybe not necessary. Although definitely early in the season necessary if they want to try and, you know, get up, start to move up in the ladder. So, yeah, good. You know, rounds matter, which is why we play the 3rd map out. Even though the series is done, 3rd map always has to be played so that we have a full count of rounds 1 in a best of 3, and it gives a chance for Operation 1 to potentially win a map. If they can do that, they will lighten the loss to MMR that they will suffer. That means they'll go down less in rank in the ladder if they can win this map, if they can win some rounds even. And so a little bit of pressure on for Op1 here, as they are nearing getting skunked. And we'll see what they do for offense as we pop into round 1 of map 3.
If I want to be silent when I click once, that means 1 kill. And then if I click rapidly, like I did in Subway, that means I'm downed, but not dead, but I don't want to talk.
A little bit of inside info there. Always cool to hear how teams prefer to communicate using that clicking system. For those that don't know, communication conducted utilizing the shoulder radio. You have to click it and then talk. But you can also use those clicks as a way of communication. Some teams using it as their main way of communication, and so
they were at the other hangar.
Evolution kicking off this defensive round for Murphy's Maniacs with a down but not a full kill. And now some more eyes drawn in to that south side.
I just took out a drone.
And a little bit of hunting going on for Evolution's corner here.
There was another one by that other tower over there across the... Oh, there he is.
Enoch, now identified by Evolution. And Evolution just blending in here to the Hesco crate on the corner, trying to use it as a bit of camouflage. Enoch cannot spot him.
I missed him real bad.
You sure did, Evolution.
That little hill across the lake from you guys. Over by the other... I don't fucking know. Over by the other hangar, there's a hill.
I just got one of them.
Although the callouts aren't perfect, it's directing the attention. And now Enoch walking the smoke across Evolution.
Got him. He tried to crawl with the smoke like I wouldn't notice.
Sees that and fires into it. Down they go. Op 1 left with 2. They've lost their south entry, and it's now up to Alex and Pog sticking together as the duo.
He ran away. He was far away. No, Alex, I'm not just shoot. Okay. Got him.
Ooh, and I like this angle. Sniping from a long range through. Wow, I just don't think they see
LMG down.
Ace of Spades here at all.
Another one flanked around. He's gonna go towards South Passage in a second.
And Alex not able to ID his attackers as Murphy the Maniac finds the final kill with the G3 auto. Solid pickup there, and another point for Murphy's and the Maniacs. 1-0 now for map 3, and a total scoreline of 10-0. A very solid win coming in here from Murphy's Maniacs. And again, off the back of 2 losses, so good to see that at the very least they seem to have continued to practice and try and hone in as a squad their coordination. The communication, I think, is one thing that I always do like to address, but heard it very actively there from the Maniacs. It's really one of the most important elements to becoming a top team. Having that active comms, having those click systems already understood by the whole team in advance, you know, practiced those, and it's all part of putting in that work to be able to compete at the highest level. These teams right now positioned silver in the ladder, and so there's different tiers. Diamond, gold, silver, and bronze. And, you know, I think these teams currently ranked silver, but that rank changes a lot early in the season. The first few weeks, teams are still settling in MMR. Murphy's Maniacs still haven't settled into their Season 12 MMR yet. This is their final game to be played. And so with 2 losses and a win, you know, this win will help them to at least not be too low in the ladder kicking off Season 12. And they want to really try and get as many points as they can here. And so they're still locked in for map 3 as we get back into the action. Murphy's Maniacs now on the attack.
Yeah, I know.
I wasn't even trying to do an accident. I was just messing around. All right. That's exactly where me and Gated to go.
Take a look at the overhead. A very different approach to attacking here. One that can pay off. I'm seeing that investment in a flanker in the north, but they're not cutting through. That flanker could cut through here, automatic, and have the back of this entire attack. Probably the last thing that Murphy's Maniacs would expect. Still could be a threat if they pop out the tunnel even. But Murphys have not played a single offensive round slow. And I don't think they're going to start now, as they are already nearing objective. I would also imagine that a cap is on their mind here.
I see one. He is...
Alright. I made a lot of noise and I missed him.
Also, if you are new and you're just tuning in, please hit that follow button. We do games regularly over the course of the season and tune into all kinds of different skill levels in the ladder. You know, I think let's get got Pog actually denying Ace of Spades entry up through that center side. And that flank is coming in from Otto. As Cypher shuts down a middle push. Gator's still working up. Actually finds a kill. Automatic nearly there. Sees Lambowski. And can't connect the shots. Lambowski's still alive. A res comes through. And there's the final kill as Alex swings out to shut him down.
You're right here.
2 left alive as Gators is close. Catches out Cypher. Alex gonna try and peek out, but Gators ducks back in. Nearly a team kill. As Pog goes down, Gators wreaking havoc here. Finally, automatic again on the flank, shuts it down. And a 2v1 situation as Evolution getting information from Gators here on the defensive locations. I think the best bet is to really work up through the south, enter in from the lake, and try and hit it from the west. Nade there confirms Gators. Auto crosses actually, and he is ID'd by Evolution. Both Alex and Otto have to kind of settle in for another 2 minutes. Nearly caught out, and now they know the location. Very fast smoke response comes out as soon as those shots are fired. And Evolution is looking for the clutch here. 1:30 left. Oh, and they've spotted Alex. Weiser goes down. Automatic still knows where one is here on the corner. Alex comes flying out of the smoke. Otto doesn't have the angle. As Otto stands, the hunt is on. And they are staying tucked in, going to force Evolution to push up to this objective, which they do have to do. 1 minute left for Evolution to enter in here. And Automatic has a little bit of comfort in knowing where this push could be coming from at least, but Evolution could really send it around the edge here, which they are doing. Oh, a nade through that panel would do wonders to Otto here. And actually Evolution playing on that ledge. Maybe it'll give a bit of an odd angle through the door here. And as they peek, they spot out one, and Evolution catches the kill. Automatic so close to putting one on the board for Op 1, but couldn't hold on in that 1v1 trade. Op 1 still scoreless as Murphy's Maniacs wreak havoc on all 3 maps. Not a cap, which is certainly positive, but still. Solid performance from them here today, and you see it in chat. Definitely just a coordinated Murphy's Maniac squad coming out here today to get this dub. Our next objective, a tough one to defend. And so maybe a chance for Operation 1 to bounce back a little bit, truly. Get on the board and start to think about securing map 3. Not out of the question. These rounds have been so fast on those close quarters maps. I just feel like Op 1 haven't even had a time to settle or even get information before things have gone wrong. And so, again, with a little bit more range, this one can be done. Although this objective, the hardest one one of the hardest to defend on Snow Peak, because you can attack it from all 5, at least 5 different directions. As a 360 defensive setup that is really required, because you also don't know where the enemy's spawning, and so we'll see. I think Op 1 now also down to 4.
Did you hear that gunshot?
As they've lost a 5th and... Oh no. Auto shot. I don't know if that was intentional or not, but the gunshot goes off, which gives away their spawn. And so look at the overhead. The reaction is the knowledge that there is a team in these tunnels, and they're very much looking for anything here. Alex, though, goes on a long rotation to the edge, and this may be the right play here. You do see a very late rotation from Ace of Spades coming to defend here, but it might be right on time.
Garage got one.
I'd say too late, but not the case. Murphy the Maniac catches 1. And Op 1 now down to just 2. They entered into the 4v5. Pog and Cypher, the duo that's stuck together. Trying to make some magic happen here, but they are in a bit of a bind. Evolution. Not really pressing. Lambowski not either. Fine, but it's not too bad just yet. And actually, the over-aggression could be to their benefit. Cypher and Pog are in a 2v2. For all intents and purposes. The other duo, all 3, very far away. Not able to rotate in. Don't know if this is going to be the right move, as Spades does have an angle here. Oh, but they're caught out. Cypher finds it. And now the 2v2 starts. That defense is going to crash, so it's not going to last long. Flash comes up and over, but now they're stuck in the decision-making process as this defense does crash around. Pog understands that they don't have long and trades up through the middle. The 1v1 now on objective as Murphy has to defend. Cypher could push and utilize this time to their advantage as this defense continues to swing in from the tunnels. Cypher's in a 1v1 on OBJ here. There's a potential for a cap. They could tie this up 2-2. Murphy is going to rotate around, though. They do get the res. Cypher almost has an angle on both. The crouch conservative play here, though, allowing for the rotations. Still has time to work this. Gators goes down. Murphy there on the corner in the trade. on objective. Incredibly fortunate for the Maniacs. But fortunate nonetheless, as they go up 3-0 on map 3. Yeah, sometimes you have these tough series, and it can end in a tough scoreline to swallow. Week 3 is definitely the test of a lot of teams as you kind of get positioned after a few wins or losses, and in some cases, 3 or 4 games if you've done challenges. And depending on how well you did, you can get put up against opponents that are skilled. I'm taking a look at Top 1's match history here. They've had tough opponents, and I think coming off of a successful season 11, losing to Lemoyne, almost going up against Sinister Pride 12-6, but now here, Murphy's Maniacs. It's an interesting kind of indicator, I guess, of where Murphy's maybe are, as they are potentially going to, what's the score there? 13-0, Operation 1. Sinister Pride had some trouble. A team that has done well in the past, been around for a very long time, since season 1. And so, yeah, makes me wonder where the skill level is for Murphy's. And I wonder if we're remaking the lobby or if it's a forfeit. Let's get the info here. It's a forfeit, as I expected. So, a point attributed to map 3 to Murphy's. And that is that. The action wrapped, and Murphy's putting on a bit of a show today here. Very strong performance from them, as we've said, as I've said at least today. Just a good bit of coordination from them, comms on point, and they seem to have plays pre-planned that worked well. They executed on them and got those caps for those first 2 maps, and then map 3 was sort of just a bit of a given at that point. I think maybe Operation 1 could have surrendered the 3rd map right away, but you gotta play it out and see. And they had some opportunities to get some points on the board, which is really the end goal of your 3rd map if you've lost the series already. So don't blame them for going for it. But we are done here with this one. More will be broadcast on this channel this week, so be sure to tune in probably tomorrow for another matchup. I'll be trying to focus on vote counts a little bit more for my next few games. So if you do want to try and influence what games are going to be cast, go to vrml.com and vote. And maybe we'll get. I think we're going to be having a few more higher tier matchups for the next few games as well. So if that's something you're interested in, be sure to come back. And with that, my name has been NightFiree with 2 E's. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. And I will see you all this week with more VRML action. Until then, stay classy.